You want to like them, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. We straight gangsters over here.
Straight
man.
gangsters. Yeah, good morning and welcome back. That's right, you are listening to Scout Team Radio. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday. I am one of your gracious hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
Yeah, I just needed to listen to that all the way through. Not like I've never heard it before. And the man on the other microphone, he is a great American, he is a great patriot, and sometimes we call him Chris.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy Chris America coming to you live this Thursday, July 11th, 2019, Loudbeard. And if you can't tell, I got my deepest voice today. The head cold is hitting me hard.
All right. Well,
Woke
I'm
up at
sorry to
like
hear that,
3:15.
man.
Woke up at 3:15, couldn't go back to sleep. Finally went back to sleep around 4:10-ish. And then I had a really hard time waking back up again.
Yeah, it's tough in the mornings, especially when you don't feel well and you're like, I just need another 15 minutes. But really, you need an extra 15 hours.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not about
for sure.
Oh, yeah, that you can't get out of bed. That's tough.
Your body
I'm
lets you
glad
know,
you're
like,
here with me, though.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, that's so sweet. You're a hopeless romantic.
Yeah. I might miss it because I didn't turn the microphone on, but I wouldn't miss it for illness.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. I'm good with that. I'm good with that, Chris America. So how are you doing today, other than the sickness? Do you think you're going to be all right? I mean, it's kind of a quiet time in sports. You know that big four-letter network? They like to do an awards show right now to cover up the fact that they have nothing else to talk about. Is that cool? Did you watch that last night?
No, but I saw a whole bunch of people complaining about your girl, Megan Rapinoe, on Twitter.
Uh-oh,
they posted
what
a
were
video
they-
of her. Oh, no, she was just on a plane, and she was just, doing her thing, being, all celebratory and boisterous and, a little cocky, which is fine. You just won the World Cup back-to-back. And, she's become a political figure to some, and a very polarizing figure. And we are now a country where if you don't agree with me, I'm going to say mean things to you on social media.
That's true. That's a true story. Now, you know what, Chris America? I'm glad you brought this up because I think I'm going to have to start out with this now because, Megan Rapinoe's getting some heat, but yesterday they had the U.S. Women's National Team parade, and she gave an epic speech. It was about 6 minutes, but I've got some highlights here, and I'm gonna play them for you. You're gonna just listen to this morning.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. That's her entrance song. Got to have an entrance song when you do a speech.
This is my
I'm
charge
just
to
jamming
everyone.
out.
We have to be better. We have to love more, hate less. We got to listen more and talk less. We got to know that this is everybody's responsibility. Every single person here. Every single person who's not here. Every single person who doesn't want to be here. Every single person who agrees and doesn't agree. It's our responsibility to make this world a better place. We have pink hair and purple hair. We have tattoos and dreadlocks. We got white girls and black girls and everything in between. Straight girls and gay girls. Hey, do what you can. Do what you have to do. Step outside yourself. Be more, be better, be bigger than you've ever been before. If this team is any representation of what you can be when you do that, please take this as an example. This group is incredible. We took so much on our shoulders to be here today, to celebrate with you today. And we did it with a smile. So do the same for us. Please, I ask you.
All right, so those were just some clips from the 6-minute speech. Some
Wow,
funny
what
parts
an awful
in
woman.
there. Oh,
God, she's
yeah,
terrible.
she's terrible. Yeah, I heard the speech this morning. I listened to the entire thing, and I was like, that's that's a good speech. It's hard to not like her when you listen to this because she seems like a good person. Hate to say it, but yeah, she's good. Now, I actually don't hate to say it. I like to say it. She's a good
No, of
person.
course. She's a great role model, great inspiration for the country and for little boys and little girls all over the world. I think we made way too much about the whole celebrating and the whole I'm not going to go to the White House thing. Like, let them be them. You do you, player.
Yeah, and I think that's the key there is about the White House because I feel like that's where all of a sudden people get divided because you've now turned it into a political debate when it's not really a political debate. It's about being a role model, being a good person, being a good athlete that takes their beliefs and tries to, show the next generation what it means to be a good person. And I think that's what she's trying to do. And then all of a sudden it's got to always be, are you going to the White House? Because we want to sensationalize it. And then, of course, you're going to have the divided country because we have two political spectrums that seem to not be able to get on the same page about anything. And we're all of a sudden going to make it, let's turn her against the Republicans or turn the Democrats against this and make it about politics. And it's not about politics, and it shouldn't be. It's about being a better person, and I think her speech was perfect.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it is what we all need to do. Whether you like her or not, whether you believe she means it or not, doesn't change how true what she said is. We do need to love more. We need to talk less, listen more. We need to accept people for who they are and what they are. And the world would be a better place. It is all of our responsibility. I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
I want some more of it.
And
I tried
there-
so hard. Sorry, I was going into a country ballad.
Yeah, of course you were. That's what you do. In one of the parts of the speech that wasn't on this little clip, I wanted to do the whole speech, but I'm like, 6.5 minutes. I could get a little lengthy, but she was pretty entertaining in there, and she made a comment about the presidential election. She's like, you guys, we can do anything. She's like, I could even, run for president, but I'm too busy for that. I got too much on my plate. And, she kind of went on. And, in reference to that poll that came out where she could get more votes than Donald Trump. I mean, I think she just kind of makes a little backhanded reference to it. And it's just fun. It was a good speech. She had good humor in it. And I think it was a great time. And it was part of the whole parade celebration. And, there's some good moments from this parade celebration. You see a moment where Alex Morgan is drinking out of the World Cup with her tea raised or her finger raised like she's drinking tea. She doesn't care. She owns that. She doesn't care that people gave her heat for that celebration. She owned it. Megan Rapinoe owned everything she did. And, man, this was a great team, great celebration. And I just can't say enough about this U.S. women's national team. Now, I did see some pictures of jerseys in the crowd that had kind of like a handwritten sign on it that said equal pay. So that's still becoming a controversial subject that's going to continue to carry on. And we'll see how that whole thing plans out. But I'd rather celebrate what the women did. Don't you agree, Chris America? Celebration is the key here.
Yeah, I mean, we're still one country, united. I hate that we're such a polarized country, but I do know that this has always existed, maybe not to this level, but it's great to see our country get behind them and they get behind their country. Now, that doesn't mean you have to just agree with everything the government does, the president or Congress or even your state governor. You're allowed to have opinions on things. That doesn't mean you hate America. It just means you love America enough to want to see some changes. But we won't dive deep into that because we do like to avoid the politics and everything. I quit politics a long time ago, Loudbeard, and it was one of the best decisions I made in my life.
It is a good decision. That was also I remember when you talked to me about quitting your arguments with people on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh yeah,
that was a good
I've done a
decision
good job
for
with
you.
that. It was a great decision for me. I don't argue sports. I don't argue politics online anymore. My life has been infinitely better.
That's a good thing, man. you don't realize the negativity that swirls up inside of you when you start getting on these raging debates with people that a lot of times it's people you don't even know. Like if you get on Twitter and somebody's got some crazy comment, whether it's about your sports team or whether it's about your political figure that you adore or whatever it's about, if you get on there and just start arguing with somebody because they have a different opinion than you, the negative energy that comes up and it just like takes your whole body for no reason, right? You're not going to win an argument. You're not going to change their opinion. You're not going to look good because it's going to look petty because you're sitting there arguing with somebody on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or wherever. It's just such a negative thing. So I think that was one of the best things you did is you became positive. You said, I'm not going to argue with people on these, and I'm not going to talk politics on the social media because you realize that it just does not end very well.
No, it just ends in me being mad and frustrated, and who needs that in life? I got enough reasons to be mad and frustrated. I don't need to add more. And there's times where I get tempted. I start typing a response out, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter, and then I go, it's not worth it, and I delete it. I hit discard post, and I move on with life. And even those decisions right there, those simple wins in life, they matter, Loudbeard.
Yeah, they absolutely matter. And, the Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, these can be deep, dark holes. There's some trolls that live out in these lands, and you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that troll. And I'm going to give you an example of what has happened in the world. Right now, we have a guy like Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is known for being a good-looking guy, right? He's a nice-looking guy. He's usually in pretty good shape, right? Would you agree with that, Chris?
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
He was Aquaman, right? He was the guy from Game of Thrones. He was all over the place. So right now, he is getting shamed on the internet for his body, Chris America. Can you believe this?
Oh, I can believe it, but no, I can't believe it at the same time. It's not surprising, if that's what you're asking, but yeah, so I'm kind of curious as to what the shame is.
All right, so after some pictures of him out celebrating, he's just, on vacation doing his thing, it comes out that he's kind of got a dad bod. So what has happened is there's some pictures that came out that show him slightly less ripped than usual in a vacation photo, and several fans are rushing to his defense as people are saying, whoa, we need to stop body shaming this guy. Just because he's slightly less ripped does not mean he has a dad bod. But yes, some people are telling Jason Momoa he has a dad bod because he's just not as ripped as he may have been in the Aquaman movie.
Yeah. I can't. This is dumb, Loudbeard. Why are we so dumb? How did we get here? Have we always just been this dumb, and now we know how dumb we are because we have social media to like magnify it for us?
Yeah. I'm gonna read a couple of the tweets that go along with this.
Let's hear it.
Yep. This guy Dusty Smith, he says, Jason Momoa.
Wait. Let's do a thinker or stinker here. Hit it with me. You can read me the tweets, and I'll say if the insult is a thinker or a stinker.
Okay. Well, this one wasn't quite the insult here, but we'll go ahead and do this. Let's see. I just got to make sure I have my
thinker or the stinker.
All right. Is this a thinker or a stinker tweet? Jason Momoa is getting body shamed on vacation because he's fat now and has a dad bod. And I'm officially never taking my shirt off ever again as long as I live, not even in the shower. Is that a thinker or a stinker?
That's a stinker, buddy. Take your shirt off. Be proud of your body, man. Don't feel like just because Jason Momoa is getting shamed that now you should feel shamed. Listen, we all in our own ways judge people with their shirts off. And we make judgments about people in an instant when you're at the beach, when you're at the water park or whatever. Even if you're super jacked and ripped, there are other people judging you and saying like, oh, I bet you that guy's dumb, stupid, jock DB. Like, I bet you he treats women poorly. He could be the nicest guy in the world, but because he's like a super jacked, well taken care of guy, you think that he's obsessed with lifting weights and is dumb. So take your shirt off no matter what your body looks like and live it loud and proud. It's a stinker. Just because of that last part.
All right. Very good.
And Loudbeard, I bet you when that guy gets in the shower, his shower gets turned on. So he's turning somebody on, at least, when he takes his shirt off.
There you go. All right, well, Chris Mary, I'm looking for some bad ones here. I'm having
I
trouble.
mean, just go with the ones that you had lined up. I thought you had a few.
No, I said I was gonna start reading them. I read the first one; it looked interesting. The other ones,
And then the other ones kind of fell flat.
yeah, they're all falling flat.
Oh. Hey, Loudbeard, good news then. This will not fall flat. What is today's date?
7-Eleven.
Yeah, which means it's Free Slurpee Day today. Hashtag it.
What?
Hashtag Free Slurpee Day.
Oh man!
At 7-Eleven, it's July 11th, Free Slurpee Day.
Wow. Yeah. You just made my day. Now I'm feeling good now. I actually am
I
at
picked
the
you
point.
back up, right?
Yeah, I needed a little pick me up. This whole Jason Momoa thing. Yeah, not cool, man. Not cool. But now I feel good because, yeah, it's definitely Free Slurpee Day. That's a good thing.
You ready for some more? You ready
Yes.
for some more good news? I'm trying to find out when this is. There's a hashtag going on, hashtag all you can eat at Applebee's. It's all you can eat hold on, let me go back to the ad. Where did it go? It's all you can eat riblets,
chicken tenders,
double crunch shrimp, and classic fries. Boom. And they got 2-for-1s there.
Yeah, see, that's promoted. That means they paid to be trending. I don't like that.
Well, yes, of course. But it says whoever says good things come in threes was completely downplaying the situation. All you can eat isn't good. It's great. They also said that the winter bod training starts in the summer. So you got to eat up so you get that warm fat all around you.
We'll call that the Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
all you
the
can
Jason
eat
Momoa
buffet.
diet.
Oh, that dad bod. I mean, he should be ashamed of himself. Absolutely ashamed. Now, Chris America, I have a good news story for you that might lift you up.
Okay, good.
And
Because
maybe
I have
this could.
another good news story. But you go first.
We're going a lot of good news here. I don't know if you saw this or not. In Atlanta, there was one of those armored trucks just driving down the road, and maybe the pressure got a little off, or maybe they forgot to lock the door all the way. The door flies off, and $100,000 just randomly flies out the back of the armored truck and flies all over the highway. Pictures of, we'll call them citizens, coming to the rescue of these dollar bills is shown as people stop on the highway and all start running and grabbing money off of the highway. Chris America, would this make your day if you were driving down the road today on your way to work? We'll say that's a good time for you to have this happen. And an armored truck just blows a door off in front of you and money starts flying out everywhere. Would that make your day? Because this is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, man. First of all, I've never had money make it rain. So right now it's raining money. Already awesome, even if I don't get a single dime out of it. And then you get to pull over. Now, what is the line that you draw, Loudbeard, to how crazy things are getting? Like, if you start seeing people shove you out of the way to get dollar bills, are you like, okay, this isn't worth it? Or do you shove back and you're just like, no, I'm getting this money? Because I've been, have you ever been to Universal or any parade whatsoever where they throw beads?
Yeah, even that
It
gets
is
aggressive.
insane. I've seen a grown man push little children out of the way to get beads. So I cannot imagine what it's like if it's actual money being fought over as it's raining down from the sky.
I absolutely have no idea. I'm with you on the parade thing. I've been to New Orleans during Mardi Gras at the parades.
Oh, you
and
have?
people get aggressive, man. They get aggressive. You would think the beads constitute some sort of currency, right? Like, you would think they're throwing gold
this is like,
bricks
I gotta
out.
have them.
They're like $1 million. See, in Mardi Gras, they have like, they have the plain beads, but then they have like the fancy beads that have
You're
like
right.
cool looking stuff on them. And if you can get one of those cool looking fancy beads, that's
those,
the bee's knees.
It's still dumb, but if you fought over those, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But these are people fighting over the lame ass beads. The ones that are going to end up in your garbage can as soon as you get home. Because what do you do with all those beads when you're done? Nothing. You throw them away. You don't need hundreds of beads just laying around your house. Like what? You're going to have a party? Be like, oh, yeah, shoved over 2 5-year-olds to get this many beads. Look at how many beads I got when I was at Mardi Gras.
Just clearly a tweet coming in. Somebody that listens to the show that understands what's going on. Scott Kaiser, he says it is clearly the All-Star break with no sports going on. Scout Team Radio.
Sometimes that's a good thing. I used to think it was a bad thing. Now, as I'm getting older, I like the break. I like having the break from football. I like having the break from basketball because it gets stressful during seasons, especially when your favorite team is good or bad. Like right now, your Redskins are not good or bad, Loudbeard. You're just in a calm 0-0 right now, and you have hope and you have inspiration. Where maybe in November you're just going to come on the air all depressed and be like, "Yep, lost another player to injury. I don't know if we're going to fire our coach. Our owner sucks. This sucks."
That's a good point. I can look at all the positives, right? Like, they're getting ready for training camp. Nobody's injured yet. I think we're into the driver's seat. Everything looks good. Optimism can be everywhere, and it is. It's nice to have a little break. You get all into I get into the NBA playoffs and to the finals and all that. Now I can relax. Though I will say the off season of the NBA was a little stressful, but it seems like that's all past. It's all gone. Kawhi made his decision, so we're past that. Right now, it's just like, okay, we can sit back, relax, and just hope that an armored car blows its door off in front of us and we get $100,000 blown up into the air, and that's perfect for me.
Well, Labert, I said I had some good news. Are you ready for it?
I'm absolutely ready for it.
All right, I scrolled back. I was pretty sure it was the 9th. Then I was like, well, maybe it was the 11th. So I just scrolled back, all the way back, Loudbeard, to our very first episode to see when our birthday is. And our birthday is tomorrow, July 12th. We turn 2 years old as Scout Team Radio. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were at, Red Cypress Brewery with our really crappy snowball mic that we didn't realize couldn't record more than one mic at once. And you were talking about Steeler fans, or not Steeler fans, but Raider fans, raping and pillaging. And Loudbeard, it is also the anniversary of the very first romper bet here on Scout Team Radio. We need to get back into the romper bets. We've been trying not to force it, but in our ways of not forcing it, we've abandoned it altogether.
Yeah, we got to get a little saucy, a little interesting.
But tomorrow is our birthday, Loudbeard, and I got to say, it has been a really fun 2 years of Scout Team Radio. Like, I am so glad you and I and our old co-host Anthony Mack. Who knows if he's ever going to come back, the man with the golden mic? But just seeing where we were, and I'm going to play some clips from the old episode tomorrow. I called out today, so maybe I'll spend some time grabbing some funny clips from our old episode, and we could play them tomorrow for our birthday. And to hear how awful we were, and to hear me pounding on the table. Remember, I kept pounding on the table, and it got picked up on the mic all the time.
You did. You got very animated. You were
I did.
very aggressive. I'm like, why is he pounding on the table? Because he's getting into this. That was good.
It's funny how now we just get straight on the mic, and we have a good mixer. We have good mics now, and we just roll. We just get on and we start going. I remember our first time, I think we stopped 2 or 3 times, and then we're like, no, that didn't sound good. Like, let's delete it.
Yeah, we realize now that there's, and I remember spending hours editing. Like, let's take the ums out. Let's see if we can take the empty space out. This needs to be perfect. And you know what happens? It just gets less and less perfect. You know what perfect is? Perfect is non-existent. You just get on, you talk, and you let things be. So 2-year anniversary tomorrow. And coming in August 28th is going to be our 1-year anniversary of being
a daily morning show.
Yes, Monday through Friday. So we're going to be celebrating that too coming up. So we'll have to do some fun stuff for that. I've been actually thinking about it. I'm like, we're going 1 year on the morning show. Maybe we'll come in with some. Maybe we'll look at doing a new intro, or maybe doing some new sound bites. Just change it up a little bit. Get some fun stuff going for that week. So I'm coming up with some ideas, Chris. Keep brainstorming.
In 2 years, we've had 16,000 downloads, Loudbeard, and we've just been. A lot of that has just been recent in this new year, 2019, because we weren't anywhere close to 10,000 a few months ago, and now we're at 16,000. We had 3,000 listeners or 3,000 downloads on our on our podcast side our recorded side in the last 30 days, Loudbeard, which is awesome. So I'm excited for our future and where we've been heading. It's been a slow progression. I think if you would have asked us 2 years ago, we would have thought, oh yeah, we're gonna hit record, we're gonna hit send, and we're gonna get thousands of listeners right away. And then we realized it doesn't work like that. It's a slow build. You got to work for it. You got to work hard at it, and you got to be consistent. And I think that's what you and I have done these last 2 years. Is we've worked really hard and really consistent, and just kept our eye on the prize this whole time. And it's been a really great 2-year ride, man. I really appreciate you doing this with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the SB for most romantic. You get that
Oh,
today.
thanks. Well,
You're
we have a
welcome.
great bromance going, and I know that one of our draft ideas is to draft the greatest bromances of all time. So I don't know if that's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
tomorrow or next week or whenever, but we got to do it.
All right, I like the bromance idea. Yeah. Speaking of bromances,
Yeah.
I was going to segue into something, but
Go ahead.
I really don't know how to segue into it. But I do want to talk about the Kardashians, but I think I'm going to save that for after the break because there's a lot of Kardashian news I need to get into, and it's important for me to talk about them. It really it touches me deep. But I'll go with a different bromance. This is a better segue. Federer and Nadal in the quarter or semis meeting together. Now that is a bromance that tennis has loved. Wow, the Wimbledon is nothing but predictable. Djokovic into the semis, Federer versus Nadal in the semis. Can we get something exciting happening in tennis, Chris America? Can you make tennis great again?
No, it's going to stay boring for a really long time.
Yeah.
Until those three guys retire, or unless, I mean, the women's side, we were thinking like, wow, what is women's tennis going to do without Serena and Venus? And we've been seeing some of these young, up and coming, rising stars beat these ladies and working their way up the rankings. So now the men's tennis needs that, especially an American men's tennis player needs to come out. He needs to be 16, 17 years old and just start lighting the world on fire so we can follow him for the next 20 years.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. America's kind of let us down a little bit on the men's tennis side. It
really has.
We haven't really gotten there. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just been a vast disappointment year in and year out. But we see legends. This is like the highlight of tennis. This is like the golden age of tennis. And unfortunately, we just don't appreciate it probably as much as we should, do we?
I don't know. Like, I think there was a time where we had Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi, and I don't know if there were other guys during that time period, but I loved watching Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras go at it, two American players. I think that was more entertaining for us then because they were American players rather than what it is now. But tennis has kind of always been that two or three guys that dominate and then everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. Now, was it during that Pete Sampras time and Andre Agassi, was it the fact that they were Americans that we got more into it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it was like Jim Courier was there. He was a good player. And then Pete Sampras was kind of at the top. And then Agassi took over. And you saw like just American after American after American. And then earlier on, you had like Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe. We just disappeared from the tennis world. We all of a sudden said, you know what? We like football and baseball and basketball more than this tennis sport. And we stopped grooming these young athletes to come up and play tennis. And we just lost our touch. We really did. We lost our touch.
Well, I think we lost interest in it too because you can drive around, at least here in Orlando, you see some old neighborhoods that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and all the tennis courts are just abandoned. They're overgrown. Like, you can tell they haven't been used in years. So there had to have been a time where tennis was a thing, where people played it all the time. And now you don't see anybody using the tennis courts.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I actually agree with you on that, Chris America. I mean, there's a lot of abandoned tennis courts around here. I think I blame it on global warming because it's made it
sure.
really hot here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely global warming's fault. Global warming is the reason tennis sucks now. Thanks a lot, all you polluters out there.
Thanks
I
a lot,
blame you.
polluters. Well,
All
Leonard,
right.
you're having trouble doing a segue? I got the perfect segue right here. Ready for it?
All right. The two wheels, does it ride around like a mall cop?
Chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, bam, 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 bam. Chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, bam, 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 bam. He's got a helmet on and he's wearing overalls and don't that lady look surprised? Yeah, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, chimpanzee riding on a Segway, bam, 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 bam.
Yes. I gotta send you the video. It's funny. 'Cause
That
the
was
video
the,
is actually a Japanese video. It's like one of those crazy
Oh.
game shows that they have.
Oh, that was a fantastic segue, Chris America.
Oh, it was. A chimpanzee on a Segway is the best kind of Segway you could have.
You can't get any better than that. Now, we do have to go to a quick commercial break. I was talking Kardashians. That is one of our favorite subjects to discuss here on Scout Team Radio. And I consider Kendall Jenner to be part of that Kardashian crew. I think everybody does. And, I've got some hot breaking news about Kendall Jenner and which NBA superstar she will be dating next. Hey, Kawhi, what are you laughing at, man? This isn't funny. Fantasy sports reimagined. FanDuel, that's what I'm talking about. It is more than just fantasy sports. It's the best way to watch the games, win real cash, and bring the action right to your living room. Just choose a contest, make your picks, watch, and win. And if you go to FanDuel.com/STR today, you can get a $5 deposit bonus. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/STR. Come on, man. This is not a laughing matter. If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right, you can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. "12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst."
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
Welcome back. Thank you all for listening in. Once again, we are Scout Team Radio. He is Chris America. I'm Loud Beer. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. We also simulcast on the Full Press Radio Network, and we are partnered with the Barn Burner Podcast Network. Yes, all of those things are true. If you cannot catch that live show each and every morning, don't fear, don't fret. We have the podcast coming to you hot and live. And I guess it's not live, hot and on demand. Does that make sense? Yes. Hot and on demand. That's right. If you can't catch us live, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, anywhere you find a podcast. Just search Scout Team Radio and you will find us, or go to our website, scoutteamradio.com. If you want to get social, hit us up on Twitter. Scott Kaiser had some hot tweets coming in this morning. We definitely appreciate that. yeah, hit us up at Scout Team Radio on the Twitter machine. That's how you can get interactive. We will read your topics, your subjects, any of your opinions right here on the air, live each and every morning. So make sure you do that. Oh, wow. You know what? You know you're getting into the depths of summer when the Kardashians start taking over. And Kendall Jenner and her love life, it seems to be a hot topic, and it's something that I can get myself really into. Chris America, you were wondering what was going on in Kendall Jenner's love life, weren't you?
I'm always wondering what's going on with any of their love life. So I was responding to Scott Kaiser. He is not liking chimpanzee out riding on a Segway. He even warned Jenny of Ohio. He says, if Jenny of Ohio hates you guys talking about the NBA so much, she's going to need to stay away from today's show after that last song. I just ... Yeah, ... What the hell? And
I
then
don't
he
get
says,
it. Why
I
doesn't
can't
he like
unsee
it?
It's the chimpanzee riding on a Segway. Those are the things in life that are beautiful. Those are things that are right with the world.
I actually really thoroughly enjoyed it, Chris America.
Did you? Right?
Yeah.
Did you watch it? I posted it
no.
on our Twitter feed. If you go to Scout Team Radio on Twitter, you can see it. I posted the video of chimpanzee riding on a Segway.
All right. I'm going to be watching that. I didn't watch the full video, but I'm actually quite looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really an eye-opener, and I need that this morning. I need a nice eye-opener, some entertainment, heartwarming. So
it's a chimpanzee in overalls wearing a helmet riding on a Segway. It's awesome.
Beat that.
It's amazeballs.
You can't make this stuff up. This is real-life stuff.
The only way I could be disappointed is if I find out the overalls aren't Oshkosh Bagosh.
They have to be. That's the only.
Right.
That's
the only pair
tried
of
and true.
children's underwear overalls you can have.
This got weird. Stop talking about kids' underwear. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. All right. So Kylie Jenner, she's in a new relationship.
Yeah, definitely Kendall Jenner, not Kylie. This is
okay.
This is
Whichever.
This is about the other one. The
Yeah.
less popular one. Yeah, Kendall Jenner. She was with Ben Simmons for quite a while, but after they broke up, she's gonna. She's got the buffet of NBA superstars that she looks after, and she wants to make sure that she finds the right one. Well, pictures surfaced on 4th of July weekend as she was out on a yacht, and it looked like there was a close, intimate yacht relationship with her and Lakers legend Kyle Kuzma. Rumors start flying. Things start getting hot and heavy, but Chris America, this hot relationship may have been debunked. Because it looks like our friends in the media, our paparazzi friends, because we are media elitists ourselves, just like the paparazzi, they came up with a picture that showed Kyle Kuzma and Kendall Jenner in close proximity on this beautiful yacht. But later on, pictures surfaced of other people on this yacht, and it was basically just a general party, 15 to 20 people hanging out on a yacht. Nothing special, nothing dynamic, nothing saying that Kendall Jenner is hooking up with our boy Kyle Kuzma. Also a good name, by the way, Kyle. I like that.
Kyle, I bet she drinks Monster Energy drinks and punches drywall while he's on the yacht.
There is a very high probability of that. And if he would have done that stuff, he would have hooked up with Kendall Jenner. But initial reports say that they were hooking up, and that was the new flame in Kendall Jenner's life. But now these have been debunked. So now I don't know if I should believe, is Kendall Jenner hooking up with Kyle Kuzma or not? I don't know what to believe. It's tearing with my heartstrings, and I don't know what to do, Chris American. Can you help me out? Can you be my therapist for today?
Well, Albert, you can at least assume that maybe they're not together, but that they've hooked up. Does that help?
It actually will help me sleep tonight a little bit better because, I was worried. I don't know what to think because, you tell me it's happening and then you tell me it's not. And I really want to know, what is the dilly, yo?
Did it remind you of your relationship with Kirk Cousins on the Redskins? Like, is he signing long term? Is he not? Is it another franchise tag? What is going on here?
Yeah, I've actually still have nightmares about that. In my dreams, I think of the yiff or the gif or whatever you may call it of him saying, "You like that? You like that?" And then I'd wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't like that because I don't know. Are you signing long term? Is this another franchise tag? Are you going to be our solution? Are you going to blow it at the end of the season when the Redskins have a chance to make the playoffs and you blow it like you did 2 to 3 seasons in a row? Are you going to do that? And then all of a sudden you get traded and I could sleep well at night. So I want a solution. I want resolution. I want a finality of what's happening. And Kendall Jenner, she just can't make up her mind. She goes NBA superstar to NBA superstar. She's just, come on, Kendall, help me out here. Who is it? Who's the man?
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, I wish I had that queued up. Where's that on that?
Who's your daddy?
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a little late. A little
It
late.
totally changes the aspect of the drop when we do it for Kendall Jenner and basketball players.
You know what? I could do that. So, all right, Chris America, Kendall Jenner and random basketball player.
We'll go Kyle Kuzma and Lonzo Ball.
There we go.
Who's your daddy?
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kyle Kuzma on this
weird.
one, Loudbeard, because
Yeah.
they were
Oh.
on a yacht together. They were seen spending some time together. And Lonzo Ball's been shipped off to New Orleans, and Kendall Jenner does not seem like the type who does long distance relationships.
Yeah. This segment just got that much better.
It did.
It really did. Okay, so I'm going. Kendall Jenner and Ben Simmons had a heartbreak, and they've moved on. And I want to talk to you about another heartbreak, Chris America. I'm a hopeless romantic, just like you're a hopeless romantic. And sometimes heartbreak doesn't just happen in relationships with humans. It happens in other types of relationships. And sometimes when somebody breaks into your home, like Le'Veon Bell, they can steal your jewelry. They can take things that are inanimate objects. But what were to happen if they were to steal your dog, Chris America? Would that be the lowest of lows?
I would watch the movie John Wick multiple times and figure out how to be karate awesome moves and shoot like he does. And then I will go hunt down everybody that's involved. I will hunt them down until I find the perpetrator and just kill them all, just like John Wick. I would go all John Wick on the person if they stole my dog.
All right, so soccer star Daniel Sturridge, he has a home break-in, and the thieves get away with his dog. He pleads on social media. He says, I'll pay anything to get him back. Now, is that the right move? Because your suggestion of doing the John Wick, to me, seems much more plausible than just going out and pleading that you'll pay whatever.
Because then you're just basically making it okay that they stole your dog.
Now,
so what happens if they come forward and then you give them like 10 grand and then that's it? Like you're just not going to call the cops? Now you're just encouraging these people to go and steal other people's dogs so they can get more money.
Now, you could pull the Home Alone, and when the thieves come back to the house, whether they're giving you the ransom or trying to steal your other dog, I don't know if he has another dog, but in this real-life scenario of Home Aloneing somebody, this is what you would do. And then you booby trap your entire house. You have like a paint can come and swing from the top of the staircase and hit the guy that stole your dog right in the head. Would that be a good solution?
I think so. And Loudbeard, this is why you own a mutt. You don't own like these purebred dogs. Well, purebred dogs are nice. They are also really expensive, and people don't see them as your family pet. People don't see them as your loved one. They just see the dollar signs that this dog can give them. And your dog now becomes something somebody wants to steal. So even if you're not a rich person and you just happen to I really want insert purebred dog here that cost $1,000 to $2,000 to buy, and you save up money for it, or you put the credit card down and you buy a dog this way. Now you have to worry about protecting this dog because it's a valuable asset more so than it is an actual dog. Like it's a dog to you, it's your family member, but to everybody else in the world, that's $2,000 walking around on your leash.
All right, so I'm gonna make this story take a twist. None of this is factual. I'm just making this up.
Okay.
But I want to give you a little twist on the story. So, what if, and just what if this guy, Daniel Sturridge, I don't know anything about him. I'll be honest with you. Soccer star, that doesn't mean anything to me. Unless he's on the women's national team, I have no idea that anybody plays soccer because they're the only team that really matters. But wherever this guy plays, what if he was like a bad dude and like he was sleeping around and maybe he messed with some guy's girl you know, and
Right.
and then that guy was like, you know what? This guy's he's rich, he's good looking, he's an athlete. How can I get back at him? How can I really give him the digging in? And this dude, justifiably so, goes in and steals this guy's dog just to get back at him. Would that be okay?
As long as he's taking care of the dog too. Like, if you take care of the dog, you give the dog a nice new home, you feed him, you love him like your own, then yes, it's okay.
And then then that dog starts calling you daddy, like that you make that
Yeah.
dog your own.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. This is what happened. I
Now,
don't want to
do
know
you
the
believe-
backstory because it's probably boring. I want my backstory.
Right,
to
you
be
want
the
your
real
backstory, and then they come back to head. They're trying to settle this together like men. So they settle with, they put the dog in the middle, and then one guy's on one side, the other guy's on the other side. And they both call for it, and then whoever the dog decides to go to first gets to keep the dog.
And then Jack Black rides up on a motorcycle and punts him into the bay.
Oh wow!
The man punted
just-
Baxter.
You made it dark.
The man punted
He
Baxter.
punted Baxter.
Sorry, that's an Anchorman reference for all of you millennials out there.
Yeah, watch it if you haven't yet. It's a good movie.
It's quality.
Second one. I don't know. It was good.
Eh.
I went in with low expectations.
Yeah, I don't need to ever see the second one ever again. But the first one, I could rewatch it. It's very rewatchable. And that's how
That's how
I
you
judge
judge
movies.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Rewatchability.
That's the number one way to tell if a movie's good. If you're willing to go back and rewatch it, that means it was a quality flick.
Quality. Tomorrow, we mentioned it yesterday, Stuber comes out. I'm excited about this, Everett. I really am. I hope it's a rewatchable movie.
God, you keep talking about we're going back to expectation theory. You have now put this up on the pedestal.
Well,
you can't put
I
it
think
up
it's
on
also-
the pedestal.
It's also because this is the lull in movie world too, not just sports world. We had some great movies come out recently, and then now I was looking to go to the movies the other night. I started scrolling through all that's out there, and there's nothing. There's more horror films out right now than anything else, which is kind of weird.
I know what you did last summer. Part
It's like
17.
Child's Play and Anna's Revenge or something like that. I don't know. There's
Well-
a lot of horror films out right now.
I watched a horror movie last night.
Yeah, what was that?
Odell Beckham walking out onto the red carpet wearing a lunchbox as a shirt.
Was he really?
Yeah, it was like a brown paper bag, but it was Prada.
Is he trying to be like the next Lady Gaga of football?
Yes. Yeah, and he was getting some heat for that. Nobody liked his outfit. And the funny part is, the big news story should have been he was clean cut. He cut his hair very nicely. It was well groomed, and he got rid of the Goldilocks. He looks like a normal guy. Like, he looks very dapper. Except he wore a brown paper bag lunchbox. Some people compared it to what the photographers wear on the side of NFL games, that big like vest-looking thing that's kind of like tan. Other people compared it to like a Girl Scout dress that is just tan, like kids wear to school. Yeah, it was the worst outfit of the night, and it gave me nightmares in the entire evening. I'm
It's kind of
just letting you
disappointing
know.
because I'm not finding images yet. I'm trying to Google to see what it looked like, and there's nothing up yet.
Are you kidding me? You can't find
I-
anything on Odell
I can't.
Beckham?
Not
You gotta
on.
look on Twitter, man. That's where all the good news comes from.
I gotta look on Twitter.
Just Odell, and I bet it comes up. First thing. Yep, first thing pops up. He's wearing his trash bag. All right, I'm going to have to screenshot
You keep
this
rolling.
and share it. Oh, look
Yeah,
at
you
you.
keep
You
rolling
still
on.
can't find it,
Oh,
huh?
I'm looking.
All right, I'm going to send you
Oh, okay.
the
That's because that looks like a vest more than a brown paper bag.
it looks like a
This looks
lunchbox
like an
in the
awful-
front.
It looks like an awful fishing vest. Like I feel like he's going to go fishing because he wore khaki shorts with it too.
Yeah. But it's
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so you didn't get the lunchbox vibe like I did. To me, it looks like a lunchbox, but I could be
Okay,
wrong.
No, I can see what you're talking about.
But that
Wow.
gave me nightmares last night, Chris America. Absolute nightmares. and I really can't continue to talk about it. But doesn't his hair look nice? Look at that. No more blonde. Anthony Mack could now be friends with him.
He can be friends. He can trust him.
Yep. Yeah, he is now officially trustworthy. But yeah, he cuts off his hair, and that's not even the big story. His awful outfit is. Oh, Chris America, we got about 5 minutes left of the show. I've got a couple quick hitter stories here that I'll go over. They're probably a little boring, so we'll make them short, very short. NC State, they get another slap on the wrist. They get some level 1 and level 2 infractions going towards their coach, assistant coach, to the school itself for their recruitment of Dennis Smith Jr. I guess it was found that over $47,000 worth of incentives were given to Dennis Smith Jr. and his accomplices or his entourage for him to go to NC State to play. Another story of NCAA.
Do you think that was probably the most anticlimactic sports story of all time?
Yes, pretty much.
Because, like, what was it? Like, I feel like it was almost 2 years ago, probably September, October-ish, 2 years ago. We had the FBI roll out. They're like, we have videotapes and wiretaps and all this of just thousands of students being paid and coaches, and we're going to start making arrests, and we're going to kick down doors in campuses. And we all flipped out and said the college basketball has to change as a whole. It's a seedy place. And then we get to it, and nothing's really happening.
Well, once Rick Pitino was out, the whole thing got a little less seedy.
It did. It was just an interesting, like, how it unfolded. I thought it was going to be one of the biggest 30 for 30s we'd ever see, and now it's just the 30 for 30 would be lame if we watched it at this point.
Even the FBI can't take down the NCAA, man.
No, they can't.
It is.
Too big.
Too big to fail. Kawhi Leonard, he signs his contract, but he does a 3-year contract with a 1-year player option on the 3rd year. After his 2 years with LA, he has the option to go somewhere else. This is the new trend with superstars in the NBA. They don't want to be tied down with these contracts, these long-term contracts. Could we go back and have another Kawhi sweepstakes 2 years from now, Chris America?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it keeps it interesting.
Especially if he doesn't win any championships, or even if he does, and you got other players that are looking to move on or their contracts are up too. He's gonna be looking to see what all the other guys are doing. Where's everybody moving to? This is gonna be a normal thing. These exciting free agent pools for the NBA. I remember we used to have free agencies go 2 or 3 years where they were just boring. Nobody was really that big. That was moving around. Now it seems like either every year or every other year we have some big time names looking to move around.
Yeah, it's they're talking about next year not being a big free agency class. It doesn't matter. This year was so big, and 2 years from now it'll be huge again. It'll be huge the year after that. It's always going to be big because these big names are going to keep moving. Last story I have for you, and then hopefully you can end it on a positive note. So why don't you scroll through Twitter, see if there's any good stories, because I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but NFL legend Albert Hainsworth, he puts out on social media a plea to his family, a plea to his friends, and a plea to all of his friends and fans, that's the word I'm looking for, all of the fans out there. He needs a kidney, Chris America. So if you're up to it, I'm really going to encourage you to share your kidneys with Albert Hainsworth. Can you do that for me?
I don't know if he wants my kidneys. They've been through the ringer a little bit, Loudbeard. They've been through the ringer.
Yeah, mine are. Yeah, I'm going to say the same.
Well, Loudbeard, you told me to find you a good news story. I found one. An Army veteran missing dog follows his nose home. A dog from Westchester got scared by fireworks on 4th of July and ran off. He took off. That happens a lot, Loudbeard. And Tango got lots of kisses from his mom and dad after he returned home to their new Rochelle home. Trying to get to the story here. How far he went. It doesn't really say. So I feel like they're making this to be a bigger story than what it really is.
I'm finding out that the cry for animal lovers out there to not do fireworks for everybody else is becoming bigger and bigger. So this is a public service announcement. We're going to help out Habib, who still needs to do his public service announcement. And we're going to say to all of you fireworks connoisseurs out there that like to shoot off these things, please think about the poor pets out there, the poor dogs. You're scaring the crap out of them. Stop being a dick and stop scaring the crap out of these poor animals. And thank you.
Okay, so it looks like they brought in another dog to track this dog down. So that's kind of cool. Somebody found had a working dog, and so they had their dog Enzo followed the scent to track down Tango to a location more than 3 miles away across from the railroad tracks and near a lake. He was hiding, so the family then left a trail of scent for there. So I guess the dog led them to the general area, and then they left a trail of scent of their stuff, like maybe a T-shirt or something, and then that dog followed that trail back home. That's actually a pretty cool story. They need to make a movie out of this. Enzo and Tango.
A Dog's Purpose. That's the name of that movie. Because this is the purpose of a dog. You know what? Snoop Dogg's my dog. You're my dog, Chris America. That dog, Enzo, is my dog. And I'm out.
And you're my boy, Blue.
He kicked Baxter. The man kicked Baxter.
All right, guys. Have a great night or a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday. It's our birthday. Wish us happy birthday tomorrow. Peace.